So good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Environmental Social Justice. Today, we have a very special guest today. We have Drew Shula, who is the CEO and founder of Verdical Group, and also the founder of the Net Zero Conference, which will be happening this year, September 13th through 16th. So Drew, please tell us everything about Verdical Group, Net Zero Conference, and how amazing you are for doing this.
Thank you, Wendy. Thanks so much for having me on your show. Really exciting. And I love what you're doing with ESJ. I've watched a bunch of your episodes and it's great. So everybody, please watch all of Wendy's episodes. But very happy to be here to help promote the Net Zero Conference. This is our 8th year coming up. It's the largest Net Zero conference in the world. In the past, we've always focused on the building industry. So architects, engineers, building owners, utility folks, higher ed, across the board. And this year we're expanding into other industries as well to find those areas of interaction and learning from other industries like agriculture and fashion. So we're super excited to be growing this year into new directions. But our biggest and best conference yet, we expect more than 2,000 attendees. We're just 7 weeks away, middle of September. So we're really looking forward to another big conference this year.
And you do offer some early bird pricing, I believe.
Early bird pricing goes until this Friday. So if you're listening to this right away here, this Friday, which I believe is the 30th, correct me if I'm wrong, July 30th, is the end of the early bird pricing. So get in there and get your tickets right away to save some money on your registration. But you can register all the way up until the event. The event starts September 13th. This year is exciting, Wendy, because we have an in-person element as well as a virtual element. So coming out of the pandemic and with all events going virtual last year, all the education sessions are going to be online. And so people can attend from anywhere in the world. Last year, I think we had attendees from, I believe, 40 countries around the world, as well as almost all US states. So we've really been able to expand our reach in the virtual event world. But we also will have an in-person element in Los Angeles at LA Live, downtown LA, at the terrace at LA Live, which is right above the Grammy Museum. A beautiful venue. We're going to have in-person networking, and our gala where we do our Trailblazer Awards will be the evening of September 16th in person in LA.
Now, I know you have some special speakers lined up. Some are still in stealth mode, so we're not allowed to bring it up. But I believe you have one person in particular that's very exciting.
Yeah, we have a great keynote confirmed. Marcius Xdevor, who's Vice President of Energy and Climate at X Prize, and is running the Carbon X Prize, which got a ton of press just a month or two ago, with Elon Musk being heavily involved. And X Prize is just such a cool organization, helping to find technological innovations to help create a net zero future and inspire a net zero future, the same thing that we're doing with the Net Zero Conference every year. So we're really excited to welcome Marcius and X Prize as one of our keynotes this year. There's a second keynote coming to be announced soon, as you mentioned. We can tell you from Seventh Generation, a really great big name product company that you'll see in the aisles of wherever you shop to buy groceries or Target and whatnot, with a lot of great green products. But Seventh Generation is a really wonderful sustainability company on the product side, and we're really excited to announce another keynote from their organization coming soon.
Now, in the past 8 years, Net Zero has been a huge conference for anyone, sustainability, renewable energies, things like that. Everyone knows this conference because you do attract the best and the brightest in the industry to come to this. As someone who would be new, like first time attending, what can they expect in person and virtually?
Yeah, this is where I'm so proud of how this thing has grown. And I'll share a little bit about the history of the conference, but it's really where the cutting edge is happening in the building industry and now beyond as we expand into agriculture and fashion and personal products and that sort of thing. So who's really pushing the boundaries of really creating a net zero future? Who's inspiring a net zero future? How are they making that happen? We're talking case studies of projects and products and how they're created and what people are doing. And it's an amazing learning opportunity, a place to get inspired to really power you for the whole year ahead. But Wendy, I could just quickly share sort of the history of the event as well, if you're interested in that.
Absolutely.
So we got started 8 years ago in Los Angeles. We just decided to help to educate our clients around net zero. And, 8 years ago, it was a new buzzword. There wasn't nearly as much, momentum around it as there is today in the ESG world. And with the new federal administration we have in place in the US, there's a ton of momentum in the past couple of years around net zero. But 8 years ago, it was a new thing. We did an event. We had about 100 people show up in Los Angeles. We thought that was awesome. We helped to educate a bunch of our architect clients on what net zero is and how to do it in their buildings. And there were some case studies presented, and it was just a great small event. So we did it again the next year, and 300 people showed up. So we've just continued to do it every year. It's just gotten bigger and bigger organically each year. Last year we had 1,500 attendees. This year we're targeting more than 2,000. And it just grows each year. There's more and more momentum. And it's just been really inspiring to see what our small team at Verdical Group can do, because we're green building consultants. So we're working with our clients to create net zero buildings and zero carbon buildings and LEED certified buildings. We're really focused on sustainability for the built environment. And we didn't really set out to be event planners. We just have sort of stumbled into this. So it's been amazing to see how it's grown, how we've really built our team out around the event side of our business as well. And now we get hired by other companies to produce sustainable events for them as well. We've worked a lot with the utilities here in California and some other great clients like Facade Tectonics Institute, FTI, and done sustainable events for them as well. So it's been a cool journey for us, and something that makes us really unique as a company, that we have the sustainability consulting side of our business and then the sustainable event side of our business as well.
Which I personally find to be amazing, because most consulting firms would just stick to their road, stay in their lane. We're just going to consult. We're just going to, do our business. You expanded that. We're going to educate people. We're going to tell people about this new funky word called sustainability, which is very nebulous and can mean a million different things depending on who you're talking to. And unfortunately, that does scare people. And people don't know what it is or how to react to it or how they can help. And you guys took the reins and you said, we're going to create this event. We're going to teach people. We're going to have them network, because you meet the most interesting people at these networking events. I mean, every background, every walk of life, every industry that is sustainability, is net zero, is renewable energy, and now you're adding fashion and products. So you're just becoming this whole encompassing environment for everyone who's even curious about sustainability to be involved in and welcomed. It's a very welcoming group as well. That's what I like about it personally.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think, to me, the reason this is developed is because we're a B corporation, I think, which I'm also super proud about. And if you haven't looked up B Corp, or you're not familiar with what B Corps are, definitely go Google that. But there's, I think, about 4,000 B Corps now globally. Some well-known B Corps are Patagonia, the clothing company, Method Soap, King Arthur Flour.
Not know that one.
Yeah, Allbirds Shoes. There's some pretty large, well-known brands, Dannon Yogurt, that are B Corps. And what they are, they're for-profit companies. So they're not nonprofits, they're for-profit, but they have a focus on environmental and social positive impact as well. So when you hear the phrase triple bottom line, that's exactly what they're getting at. So it's for-profit, but also making environmental and social positive impact. So this is so perfectly aligned with what we've created at Verdical Group. When I founded the company, 9 years ago, that's exactly what I wanted to do. How can I create a business that does good? How can I do good through business and make a positive impact? And the education side of our business is a big part of that. And so, we're working on projects day to day, built environment projects, energy modeling and commissioning and daylight modeling, but we also expand far beyond, maybe the hundreds of people that we might be working with on project work. We're reaching thousands of people that we educate through the conference, so we can make a much larger educational impact, inspiring others through events. And I think that's where that interconnection comes. So it ties into us being a B Corp, and I'm so proud. We just recertified this year, actually, and we have one of the highest B Corp scores you'll see out there. I think our score is about 123, if I'm not mistaken, and much higher than many other B Corps in the market. And so super proud of what we've been able to do there and recertify this year, and always looking to improve. Patagonia, by comparison, is the highest scoring company I've ever seen in their database, and I think they're around 150. So there are North Star out there for ways that we can continue to improve our business as we move forward as well.
And I love the fact that companies are now paying attention to this and realizing it's not just about consume, sell. It's do it the right way. Let's rethink how we do things, maybe change some things up to make it more environmentally friendly. And again, this is the ground, the net zero conference is sort of ground zero for everybody to meet and discuss and share these ideas, which is monumental to people like me. The fact that it exists and it's grown from 100 people to over 1,000, and even having 1,000 people during the pandemic, that's pretty impressive. Most events just stopped. So as we close out for our interview today, Net Zero is the 13th through 16th of September, virtual and in person in Los Angeles. How can people find you? What's your websites, contact info, and just go. It's an amazing thing to do.
Hey, thank you so much, Wendy. Yeah, I mean, it's just we have some of the most exciting speakers in the sustainability space are all coming to speak at Net Zero. So it's a great place to be to get inspired and power you for the year ahead. I think that's my biggest pitch for why attend. Some great companies to connect with at our networking session as well on September 16th in person in LA. But it's just a lot of fun. Our Trailblazer Awards, we're honoring some really incredible leaders. So check out our website, netzeroconference.com. You can see, some of our past keynote speakers. We've had some really exciting announcements through the years that happen at Net Zero. So it's really the place to be in the sustainability world this September. So please check out our website, register, come out, and we look forward to seeing all of you mid-September for the biggest Net Zero yet.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Everybody should attend. I highly recommend, and it's virtual. You can be anywhere in the world and attend this. That's the beauty of today's world when everything's online. So take care. We will see you soon, and everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you. Take care.